Imagine a silent killer lurking in the shadows, threatening not just India but the entire world. In today's video, we're unmasking the Nipah virus, a deadly threat that has the potential to unleash chaos on a global scale. Stay tuned as we delve deep into the science, the risks, and the urgent need for awareness. You won't want to miss this eye-opening journey into the heart of an invisible danger. Join us on this in-depth exploration as we unravel the mysteries surrounding the Nipah virus, how it outbreaked in India, and just how dangerous it could be for the world. But before we delve into this gripping narrative, let's first understand. Segment number 1, what is Nipah virus? Our story begins in the late 1990s when an unseen menace emerged in the lush tropical landscapes of Malaysia and Singapore. This silent killer would soon become known as the Nipah virus, or NIV. It was first discovered in 1999, following a catastrophic outbreak of disease in pigs and people. This outbreak left nearly 300 human casualties in its wake and caused substantial economic turmoil, with over 1 million pigs culled in a desperate attempt to control the virus. While there have been no known outbreaks of NIV in Malaysia and Singapore since 1999, outbreaks have been recorded almost annually in some parts of Asia since then, primarily in Bangladesh and India. This virus, a member of the Paramyxovirinae family and part of the Nipah virus genus, is what we now know as the Nipah virus. But how does it spread? Segment number 2, symptoms and transmission. The Nipah virus is a zoonotic virus, meaning it initially spreads between animals and humans. The animal host reservoir for NIV is the fruit bat, also known as the flying fox. Given its genetic relation to Hendra virus, another Nipah virus carried by bats, researchers quickly focused on bats as the source. Infected fruit bats can spread the disease to people or other animals, such as pigs. People can become infected if they have close contact with an infected animal or its body fluids. This initial spread from an animal to a person is known as a spillover event. Once it spreads to people, person-to-person transmission of NIV can also occur. But what are the symptoms of this deadly virus? The symptoms of NIV infection can vary from mild to severe, with death occurring in a shocking 40% to 70% of those infected in documented outbreaks between 1998 and 2018. Initial symptoms may include fever, headache, breathing difficulties, cough, sore throat, diarrhea, vomiting, muscle pain, and severe weakness. Symptoms typically begin within 4 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. It's common to have a fever or headache first and develop respiratory problems like cough and difficulty breathing later. In severe cases, a person can develop brain infection, known as encephalitis, which is life-threatening. Other severe symptoms include confusion, slurred speech, seizures, coma, and respiratory distress. Researchers aren't entirely sure why some people have severe symptoms and others have mild symptoms, and some individuals with the virus show no symptoms at all. Segment number 3, what causes Nipah virus? Now, let's explore what causes the Nipah virus. The first case of NIV happened when people who were in contact with infected pigs began getting very sick. Researchers then determined that bats were the original source, having passed the virus to pigs. If an infected bat or pig spreads its bodily fluids to another animal, they infect that animal. The same happens if people are in contact with the bodily fluid of the animal, whether it's urine, poop, blood, or saliva. Transmission also occurs when food products are contaminated by fluids of infected animals, including fruit and raw date palm sap. People who regularly climb trees where bats sleep and rest have also been infected by the Nipah virus. But just how contagious is the Nipah virus? Segment number 4, how contagious is Nipah virus? Nipah virus is highly contagious, and it can spread through various bodily fluids like saliva, poop, pee, and blood. This means that if you're caring for a person with Nipah virus, you could get infected when the person coughs or sneezes. In some outbreaks, human-to-human transmission has been seen within families and in healthcare settings, where proper protective gear and hygiene measures were not followed. And this leads us to a concerning fact: health workers who care for infected patients are at significant risk, particularly if they don't take adequate precautions. So, the virus is not just a threat to those living in affected areas, it poses a substantial risk to those caring for the sick as well. Segment number 5, Risk Factors and Complications. Now that we've explored how Nipah virus spreads, let's dive into the risk factors associated with the disease. Living in or traveling to areas with ongoing outbreaks is a significant risk factor for Nipah virus infection. Eating raw date palm sap or consuming fruits that have been partially eaten by infected bats can also lead to infection. Contact with sick pigs or other infected animals in affected areas is another risk factor. Complications of Nipah virus can be severe and long-lasting. Some individuals experience relapses of the illness, which can lead to persistent neurological issues. These complications can include persistent convulsions, personality changes, and even a relapsing syndrome characterized by cough and encephalitis. Survivors of Nipah virus outbreaks often face a long road to recovery, both physically and emotionally. Segment number 6, Diagnosis and Treatment. If you suspect you or someone you know may have contracted the Nipah virus, early diagnosis is crucial. Diagnosis typically involves a review of symptoms and recent travel history to affected areas. Laboratory tests, such as reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, RT-PCR, are used to confirm the presence of the virus. Unfortunately, there is no specific antiviral treatment or vaccine available for Nipah virus at the moment. Managing the symptoms and providing supportive care is the primary approach to treatment. This may include staying hydrated, getting plenty of rest, and using medications to control fever and pain. In severe cases, such as those with encephalitis, hospitalization and intensive care may be necessary. The care and support of healthcare workers and loved ones are invaluable during the recovery process. Now that we've explored the basics of Nipah virus, let's fast forward to the latest developments in India. Segment number 7, The Latest Outbreak in India. In recent years, Nipah virus has made headlines once again, this time hitting the southern Indian state of Kerala. Kerala, known for its natural beauty and vibrant culture, is now grappling with its 4th Nipah outbreak since 2018. The virus has once again struck, causing panic and raising concerns about its potential impact. So, what's happening in Kerala, and why is this outbreak so concerning? Segment number 8, The Kerala Outbreak. This time, the Nipah virus outbreak in Kerala is different. It's the Bangladeshi strain of the virus, which has a remarkably high fatality rate of 75%. Close contact with infected individuals seems to be the primary mode of transmission, raising concerns about healthcare workers not wearing adequate protective gear. The situation is critical, with new cases being reported almost daily. Local residents are understandably anxious, and public health authorities are working around the clock to contain the virus. Preventive measures, such as the creation of containment zones and rigorous public awareness campaigns, are in full swing. Efforts to vaccinate healthcare workers and other high-risk individuals are also underway. As we speak, epidemiologists and healthcare professionals are on the ground, working tirelessly to trace contacts, isolate cases, and break the chain of transmission. The battle against the Nipah virus in Kerala is not just a medical one, it's also a test of community resilience and solidarity. While there's no vaccine or cure for Nipah yet, the resolve of the people of Kerala and the dedication of healthcare workers give hope for a swift resolution to this deadly threat. And there you have it, the chilling story of the Nipah virus, its origins, symptoms, and the ongoing outbreak in India. Segment number 9, Conclusion. The world is watching, hoping for a swift resolution to this deadly threat. Our thoughts and support go out to the people of Kerala, the healthcare workers on the front lines, and all those affected by this outbreak. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue to follow the developments in the Nipah virus outbreak. Remember to stay safe, stay informed, and above all, let's continue to support one another during these challenging times. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories like this one. And as always, stay safe.
Bye!